here, and today we're going to work on this bad boy. This is a Ryu from Geki Ranger, or Dai Shi, I believe, from Jungle Fury. Modeled by 3D Command Center. It is beautiful, except my printer screwed up, of course. What else is new? That's what we do around here. We just print shitty things and try to make them work. But I had a lot of under extrusion up in here. Then I, unclogged the nozzle and started printing again. Fine. So it's only in a certain area, but filled it in with some spot putty. I did it earlier in the week so it would dry, so I could sand it when the weekend came. Everyone's been saying about using spot putty or Bondo or something between layers to make them smoother. Well, we'll give it a shot with this. We will get there, don't worry. I know my videos come out so far behind what I actually really am, but they're coming. Don't be worried, you'll see what you want to see. But I'm not sure if it's going to fit yet. I tried it on earlier in the week, but I had my hair up, so it might not. I just had a couple minutes. I didn't really want to stick with it that much. I think it should. I'm not sure what to do without the visor. I was thinking about cutting out about where the teeth are out and putting an actual visor in there. But I'm not sure. I think it might be hard to get this nice. It's not like a 90-degree bend, but it's a good, 75-degree. So we'll see. I think I'm gonna cut it and put a visor in. I think this is nice enough. I can make it flush, and I'll have the piece to shape my visor material around. So we'll give it a shot. And I didn't yet, but I'm going to put a layer of Bondo on the inside here where it under extruded to give it some rigidity as best I can. I'm just trying to save this thing because this took, 4 days, and it's beautiful. The sculpt is at least the file. 3D Command Center really killed it with this. Not sure if I'm going to do the back with the hair yet. I used to make puppets a long time ago, so I'm kind of a little familiar with fur and all that, but we'll see. We'll get there. I want to see how this looks first, sand it with some primer on it, fixed up, and make sure it fits. But again, if it doesn't fit, maybe it could be yours. But let's get sanding. Okay, we are going to sand. Oh shit. This bad boy. I bondoed the inside. It's not quite dry yet. I just touched it and I'm real upset. But we're gonna sand this down, see what we're working with, and then fill what we needed. Well, we'll prime first and then fill, but I think we're gonna start with 100 grit and go from there. Okay, finally got that sanded. Here's where the under extrusion was really bad. As you can see, kind of caught some of the fly offs. It just pulls right off. So that's a mess. I need to sand that a little more. I might hit this with some primer first and see what all I need to fill, because we're gonna need another layer of Jesus. I wasn't too hopeful about this. The under extrusion stuff I usually just reprint because it's real hard to fix. I mean, this should be pretty solid. That should be fine, but
making it look good, I don't know. But I'm gonna blow it off here and get some primer on it so I can see, especially see if I gotta like sculpt some of this detailing here. And it's a little rough up here because I didn't want to go too hard, but we'll hit primer. All right, yeah, that looks pretty gnarly around here. I'm thinking maybe some epoxy sculpt, as thin as I can get it. Put it on there, then I can kind of carve out the details. We kind of lost the detail on these particular fins. Again, they under extruded, so they didn't really print to begin with. Still hard to see because it's still wet. I think these ones are going to be okay. Everything else is looking good. Kind of. Again, once we sand this, it'll be easier to see some stuff. But man, that's rough. Well, I think epoxy sculpt is going to be the way to go. Gonna be the way to go. All right, well, we're gonna let this dry for a good while. Not a good while, probably. I don't know, maybe I'll get to it this afternoon with the epoxy sculpt at least. I just don't know what to do. I mean, it's just coming apart, that's the problem. I think everything else is salvageable. I have to pull up the file and look at the details, but I think this is all going to be okay. Like I said, I think we're going to cut out the visor anyway. So maybe I'll do that and then epoxy sculpt because I'm going to have to do it around the edge. Still a really cool helmet. It's a shame it didn't print well. Okay, so I think it's the best we're gonna get from this first pass. We'll let this dry because we need this to stiffen up. Then we'll sand it a little bit and see what details we gotta sculpt back on. I assume like in here and whatever was on these particular ones. So the back is fine, but since it's under extruded, there's no like infill there, so it's real squishy. So this should stiffen it up enough we can work on it better. But she looks rough. I understand. And then let me find a Sharpie here. So I'm thinking for the visor, if we cut like here. You know, maybe like this. Cut that out. I feel like you're not gonna be able to see. I mean, I guess. I just don't know how I'd get around the teeth because like they're like this, you know? I mean, I guess I probably could. I feel like I'd lose the little ones. Unless maybe I stop like here. Probably do that. That's an idea. It's an idea. And this one side's much nicer. But we're gonna let this dry. This epoxy sculpt takes at least 4 hours to get hard, so might not get to it today. Might be hard enough later. I can cut the visor out, but we'll see. But that's where we're at with him. Okay, so I cut out the visor, and then I filled this in with some, oh my, I'm sorry, with some spot putty, because it's easier to squeeze the spot putty into the infill. In the process, I broke like 3 of the fangs, but we welded them back on and filled them in here. What we're gonna do is sand this. I'm gonna do some 200, and then I'm gonna take a Sharpie and draw out these lines and see what we're working with. If we gotta sculpt around one to make something out or something. And we'll see what this is looking like. If the spot putty isn't enough, maybe we'll put some epoxy sculpt. This is gonna be difficult, but I think we can do it. So let's get sanded. Okay, not very good. We're gonna hit it with some primer and just see what it looks like. It's hard to tell with the gray on the gray. See what needs to smooth out, and I'll draw the lines after that, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so what did we do? Well, we tried our best. I took some scissors and looked at the model and carved out these lines the best I could. They're nowhere as nice as if, you know, they printed. So that's not anybody's fault. Well, it's my printer's fault. It's definitely my printer's fault. Let's not let him off the hook. So, gonna finally sand this with probably 200. See what we're messing with. Like I said, I don't know. There's only so much you can do, especially with like frail and brittle things like this. We'll sand it. Maybe put a spot putty in these holes. I think I popped this fang out too far when I glued it. This one bent in a little bit, so that's probably gonna be a problem when we put the visor in. Which also might be a problem, because I know you probably saw, but when I was cutting it apart, I wanted to use it as a template because it has that hard bend in it, but it kind of just fell apart because it's under extruded. So I don't even know where this stuff. I mean, obviously it's like this, but this is like bent. So maybe it's, I don't know. I have the pieces. Maybe I can piece it together and see. I feel like this definitely went together, and they're not even close to going together anymore. See, so we'll figure it out. I mean, I know where the bend is right in the middle, so we'll see. We will see. That's where we're at with that. But we're gonna sand this and then give it a look. I'm gonna let that dry, see what we're working with. Still thinking about maybe just reprinting it. I don't know. Just have to reprint the front. I don't know. We'll see what it looks like painted. Okay, got this wet sand as best I could. It don't feel great. Probably could have used another pass with 200 grit, but I want to see what it looks like with paint on, if it's worth finishing or not. I mean, it's still smooth. It just, in some places, like in here, I just couldn't get. I don't know. Not happy with this. Definitely not happy with this, but we're gonna rinse it off and then we'll put a coat of black on it and see what it looks like. Okay, there's a coat of black on this. I don't know. To be honest, it doesn't look awful, but again, it's black, so you can't really see any of the issues. Sure, once we add the gold detailing everything is going to come to light. What's wrong with it? I'd have to look. I mean, I don't even know what's all gold on him. But I don't know, still, I haven't done any work on the back because it's still kicking around, just reprinting this. I know I did all this. It might just reprint it, but it wasn't all, I mean, this was more work than usual. I did notice back here, I've got one of those weird, where the paint comes apart from the plastic. I don't know how to explain it. It happened on my Gokai Green. You won't be able to see it because it's hidden behind the spikes. And I think there's a little bit of water still on it. Because when I sprayed, I got a big gush. So that might be ugly when it dries, but we'll see. We'll see it when it dries. Okay, I hope you got to see some of that. I realized I used the gold for another helmet, and I had a dirty paintbrush and everything I'm gonna throw away, so I figured I might as well use it and not waste it. So we put the gold on this everywhere, but these I'm probably gonna have to get, like, I have a gold marker I can use to get in there and try to do those. I don't know if they're gonna look that great. It was very important we do those. I think that brings the whole helmet together. But right now, I think it's looking okay. It's gonna need some touch-ups and all that. And then once it dries, I'm gonna do a black wash over it to give it that, I guess, bring out the details and give it the look it kind of has on the show. Really hard to paint with a brush because it's just deep grooves, and I gotta go in and touch up some of the other stuff. I'm gonna have to go get some cheap brushes I can just throw away with spray paint on them to get in and do it. My sponge brushes just are too big, but I think it's looking okay. I mean, for this all being reconstructed, I mean, it's all right. I'm kind of liking it. I still might reprint it one day. I think right now I might work on the back. The back's still primed. It's not even painted or anything, because I wasn't sure if we were going to stick with this or if I'm going to put another one. But I think we're going to stick with it. Again, we're going to touch it up. We're going to do a black wash on it, and we will try to fill in these grooves with some gold. I got to go find that marker, but that's where we're at with this. Okay. So I did a black wash on this. I think it really helped it. I don't know the best way to do this. Just like that. It certainly made it look. Well, let me show you because it's hard to see from there. I mean, it could be better. I'm not the best at doing black washes, but it certainly makes it look more like it does in the show. And again, this detail is all stuff I had to hand carve into it myself, but I think once we clear coat it, it might look better. So that's what I'm gonna do. Still not sure, I might reprint this, I don't know. I don't think it looks bad. All the pictures I've seen online of it look, dirty like this. So you can see the details. I'm sure there's a name for that. I think patina is only on bronze, maybe? I don't know. I'm not a metal expert, so that's probably common knowledge. I'm just stupid. But we are going to top coat this, and then we'll take a look at it, and we'll assess if we want to reprint it, carry on. I have the back somewhere. It just needs wet sanded and black on it, but I can use the back with a new print. Not a big deal. So let's clear coat it and we'll see. All right, we're gonna let that dry. I don't know, maybe the gloss isn't the ideal for this helmet. I don't know. There is, oh my God, that was the loudest thing in the world. I guess I could probably find screen caps, but it's not supposed to look clean. I think he looks clean when he turns into, what's he turn into? Leo's the Geki Ranger, and he turns into a phoenix? Because Long's a dragon, he's a phoenix. The guy's like a chimera, and I don't remember the other guy is. A griffin? No, he's a griffin. He's a griffin. That's right, he's a griffin. That makes sense. Yeah, right? I don't know. Tell me if I'm right or wrong. I think it's a griffin. I just watched Geki Ranger, but it was like 4 months ago. So, I don't think it looks bad. I know it's really hard for you to see in the light. My lights in my garage are terrible. That's all I have right now. I can barely see it, but I think it's gonna look okay. Yeah, we'll let it dry and then we'll decide. But it's not the best, but it's not the worst, right? Okay. We're gonna try to make a visor for this. Still on the fence about this. Putting the visor in, still on the fence. The back's not done. I got the black on it. It needs top coated still, so I can't finish this today. But we're gonna put the visor in. Now, when watching Geki Ranger, it really stuck out to me that his visor has a hard like bend right in the middle. So I think if I do this template, add a little to the sides. I mean, I had this much to the template and then that much to the PETG when I cut it out. So, you know, I probably add about that much. Should be enough where I can bend it and still cover everything, but we're gonna find out. I don't know how to get my template to say to go. Well, I guess I could go there and connect the dots, but I'm gonna try it. No promise. Okay. So what I did the pattern as you saw, and then I bent it in half and used a heat gun on it until it started to fold in on itself, and I just crimped it, kinda. It's not like perfect straight, but I think it looks good, honestly. I think it looks pretty cool. You know, I don't know. Like, I don't know. So I guess at this point, wow, I'm real pumped I did that. I'm going to finish the back. It just needs top coated. I'll put the magnets in the elastic. And then I guess we'll maybe try to figure out the fur. But that's where we're at right now. Okay, it's been a while. I want to say it's been a month since I touched this helmet. And that's because we're waiting on this. Wow. This is some fur boa I got off Amazon from China. And it took forever to get here. and hopefully we can make this work. The only thing I have noticed is it's kind of thin. See how thin that is? I mean, I think it's still gonna be all right. But we'll make it work. There should be 2 6-foot things here. Oh, there they are. Oh boy, this is a mess. This is just stuff flying everywhere. Oh boy. And the other problem is, I don't even know where to set this. He has one, I think, a lock of hair somewhere, so I don't know what to do about that. I thought about maybe trying to spray paint a little bit of this, but I don't have any color that would even be close. I could probably maybe find like a weird khaki color. I don't know, or could just do yellow. I'm not sure. I really don't think I could even paint this. I mean, we'll try. But they didn't have any other, well, they did have other colors, but they didn't have like a blonde. They had like yellow. So I'm not sure what to do about that yet. What we need to do is figure out how long to make these and how we're going to attach them, where we're going to attach them. And I've been thinking about that while it's been sitting here collecting dust. And I don't know if I can do this here, but hopefully you can see. So I think they hit his shoulders. So I guess if I put this on, so hold on, let's try that. I have my hair up, I don't know if it's gonna work. Stand by. So I don't have elastic in this. It's just magnets right now. Yeah, I can't get this in with my hair up. Hold on. My hair's gonna be confusing too. Ugh. Ouch. Okay. I know I can get it on. I was walking around with it the other day. Okay, so I'm never gonna be able to see me, but so what we need, so here's the middle. Put that here. I'd say that's a good length, huh? Up there. I know he's got like 2 long ones, the rest aren't as long, but we can adjust once we get in general. Oh boy, I don't know if we have enough. That should be fine. Let me measure this. Alright, so it's about 20 inches. We can work with that. We can work with that, 20 inches. So, boy, what happened? We'll fix it. And then I guess it's how are we going to attach it? Do you attach it to the front or the back, you know? I'm going to say the back. But I'm not sure. It's very difficult. Very difficult to decide. And I can't find any good, like, well, I found some reference, but like nothing like close up of the helmet. So, don't really know. I feel like the blonde one comes out of the back of this here. So, it's probably going to put that Maybe the rest come out from behind the spikes. That doesn't seem right either. I don't know. I'm going to think about it here, and then we will cut our 20-inch pieces, eventually glue them on, and I'm going to sit here and try to think what to do about that blonde one. So stay tuned. Okay, I think I got it figured out. We cut it, so there's no going back. I think we're just going to put a little dab of like super glue and glue them to the back here. This, with all of them on it, it looks pretty okay. And we can tease this so it looks more full. Not too worried about the back. I said before, we didn't really do a lot of work on the back. Just painted it. The gloss isn't even that nice, but we did clear coat it because it was going to get covered up. The only thing I ran into is I won't have enough for that blonde piece, so not sure what to do. Maybe I just need to go check out like Hobby Lobby or something and see if they have some sort of close. Even if we could get like white, I could settle for white. It look kind of cool. The blonde's where it's at though, but so we're gonna try this. Probably make a mess, but I think this is gonna be the easiest way. I think it's still gonna look good. These ones are rather long, but they should hopefully be all right. I'll put this up there. I mean, he does have long ones coming down. And I feel like they have like, maybe I'm getting confused and I need to look up a picture again because I'm kind of just going off my memory, but I thought he had like things at the end of like the two in the front. I don't know. I'll look. We can deal with that after we get this glued on. So that's the plan. Gonna do that and we'll see how it looks. Okay. I think it's turned out nice so far. It's a little weird looking up here where we glued it, but I think once we get the blonde streak coming out of here, it's gonna look perfect. Not sure if these are too long. I don't want to put it on yet because one, I don't know if I got all the glue with the accelerant. I don't want it in my hair. And I also re-glued one of the magnets that came loose on the side here, and I don't enjoy that smell up close from the accelerant. So we're gonna wait a little bit, but I think it looks good. Like I said, we can tease this a little bit and see if we can get it. When I go to get the blonde streak, I might get another black. So I think one more would be perfect just to fill in some of those gaps back here, but I think it's awesome for sure. And honestly, from the front, doesn't matter. You know, I guess it could be a little more crazy, but we can get some hairspray maybe and tease it, like I said. But I don't know. I think it's looking good. We'll figure out that blonde part, and maybe I'll get it done this month. We'll see. Still got 20 days to go, so that's the plan. Hanging in there. This is also more of a proof of concept. I hated how all this turned out, as you saw. I think it looks okay. We've got a little bit of a paint peel here for some reason. I just noticed today when I picked it up, so don't know what that's about, but maybe we'll reprint this again once we figure out a method to get the fur done. That was the most intimidating part about this. Also, just this week at 3D Command Center, he put up that he finished the whole armor. Man, tempting, very tempting for sure. It'd be an easy one to do. I mean, after you get the parts printed, my printer might be big enough to do like half the chest piece, so it wouldn't be too much work. But do that, and it's just like a black spandex suit underneath. Actually, it's like leather. Let's be real. It's like some weird spandex leather stuff. But man, if I had the money for it, I would probably pull the trigger and put one together. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe if I can get some commissions pumped out here, maybe we'll buy the files. But let's get this done first. Okay, so it's been about a week. I finally found some adequate fur. I don't have any room to put stuff. I'm sorry. Apologize. What a mess. I had some pictures I took while I was wearing this helmet, and the long strands were just way too long. So what I did, I cut them, filled in the rest of the back. As you can see, it's nice and full now. These might still be a little too long, but we'll see. At least maybe I might make them even. But this is just all, I hot glued the rest on, and I think it looks okay. These are more like a feather boa. I did get like some black fur, but it just didn't like mesh with this, and it wasn't like long. So this is the best I could find. If anyone has any other ideas, let me know. I mean, I don't mind reprinting the back. But so I think the back's done. I mean, I didn't try putting it together and see what it looks like, honestly. But I think that looks pretty good, right? That looks pretty good. Kind of looks like him, right? And then these will just be dangling on you. So that's cool. Just getting boa everywhere, feather boa. But here is the fur I found. I go to Hobby Lobby. I know, terrible place, I get it, but it's the only craft store by where I work. So all I'm gonna do is take this. I'll fold the bottom edges over so it's not as rigid. And we'll just fold it. We'll glue it in half, so we kind of get a nice strand, so to speak, and we will glue it. I'm thinking to the back here. You know, it'll be closed and all that, and then it should look correct. You know, I don't know what they used on the show. It's kind of like something I don't know how to replicate, gonna be honest. I mean, if someone has ideas, please let me know. Like I said, I used to make puppets, and I used to get colored fur like this, but it's never like long and stringy like it is on the show. I mean, I've looked into it a lot before when I was younger, and it's hard to get like animal looking fur, I guess. I mean, I'm sure it's out there somewhere. Just don't know what to look for. And I guess that's the big problem. You can't find something if you don't know how to look for it. I thought about sewing this, but for all this is, and all you're gonna see, I think just hot glue and it should be fine. Be fine. Hot glue and fabric go well together for things that aren't going to be, you know, moved a lot, for sure. It's not very rigid. I mean, it is rigid. You'll feel weird, like hard spots, but for all we're doing here, it should be fine. Hope you can see that. I'm just trying to pull it over a little bit so we don't have like a super noticeable seam. The best I can. Try not to get hot glue in the fur too much, because that's a mess too. Again, you're not going to see the bottom. You know, it's going to be like this. And a nice bunch. Well, that's not good. The wind just knocked the helmet off a 4-foot drop. It's not good at all. We'll see what happens. But yeah, this should be all right. Okay. So I like how that looks. I think it comes out of here, like it's out of the back. So I'm gonna just bunch this together and glue it. Well, on the seam down. Hopefully I can do that. We'll just pull it a little bit. So we will do this. Actually, if I can still get this apart, maybe that'll be easier. Yeah, there we go. So we'll do this, fold this down. A little bit of a... Okay. I'll just glue right here. Oh boy, oh boy. She oozed a little bit. It's all right. It's all right. And help make sure we get it straight as we can. Pull some of this out so it looks cooler. Okay, so that should be all right. Let's put the back on. Should let this glue sit a little bit, but I'm impatient. What do you think? That looks all right. I'll double check that it's the only like weird color streak, but I think that's all it is. But yeah, I think that looks cool for sure. But I'll add the elastic in, so I don't feel like this is gonna fall apart every 2 seconds. And then we'll get to the spin around. How about that? All right, that is Dai Shi finished. What a wonderful model. It's a shame my printer hosed it, really did. But I think we pulled it off okay. What would I do different? Well, I'd reprint it for sure, so we didn't get that unextrusion here, and we wouldn't have to carve these detail lines in with scissors like a mad person. I'd probably work on the patina. I believe that's the correct word a little better. This black wash, I probably could use another one. Darkened it up more. And the visor, I think the visor turned out okay. For all things, I maybe would have tried to make it a little more even with the bend. That's fine. And I don't like these weird boa fur I got. Like the white strip is like actual like faux fur. I got at Hobby Lobby, as you saw, and it's much nicer. Like if I get the whole helmet like this, it would be pretty cool. But honestly, I think it looks awesome. This helmet's awesome. The fur is wonderful. Anytime you can get a helmet that's kind of out of the ordinary like this, Miss America from Battle Fever, oh boy, that'd be crazy to make, right? That'd be crazy. No sane person would do that. I wouldn't want that in my house. It's kind of haunted, right? Maybe we'll do it. Maybe we'll do it. That'll be our little secret. But real happy with this. For what it was, this was a lot of work. If your printer ever under extrudes something, just reprint it. Just reprint it, especially that much. Maybe like a couple layer lines, you could deal with that. But this was like 3 inches. I mean, the inside of this is mostly just Bondo. So, but like I said, you can fix almost anything. Is it worth it? Probably not. Probably not. Not worth your time. But this is proof you can get something decent at least. Like I said earlier, 3D Command Center's got a whole file for Dai Shi's complete suit. Oh, still on the fence about it. Love to do it. Love to do it. But be a serious undertaking. But I mean, if you guys want to see it, I'll see what I can do. But thanks for watching. I got fur everywhere. This thing was, I cut this in the garage and I'm still finding fur. It's been a couple weeks. But yeah, thanks for watching. Check me out on Twitter and Instagram for daily build videos at Stickosaurus. At TikTok, you can follow me on there. It's also Stickosaurus. Like, comment, subscribe. It helps me out. The more you help me out, maybe I can get a video of whole Dai Shi costume. I don't know. That'd be wild. But thanks for watching. And if you want me to see me make anything, let me know. I can definitely try to make it happen. Still trying to go through people's requests. I know we had like a Woolzord request a little bit ago, and I'm going to be printing 2. One red, one purple. One is going to be a 3D Command Center model because I have that from him, and I've come into possession of a screen-used prop stunt cast scan. I mean, I think it's a cast, and then they scanned it. But so I'm gonna do one of both, and I don't think one's gonna be marginally better. One will be, 100% screen accurate, and one will be probably just as good. I don't know. I haven't seen them side by side, but you'll see in the video, hopefully. Gotta get there. It's gonna take a little bit, but thanks for watching, and have a great day.